Hello, Yuki です。よろしくお願いします。This time, I want to tell you my opinion about what do Japanese people think about Korean people. You know, recently there is a tension between Japan and South Korea. We should keep original G7. The level of shameless stance in Japan is the world highest. We have been fighting since ages ago, but in my opinion, the tension is only between two countries, not between people. Talking about my experience in Australia, I worked at some firms. There were a lot of Korean people at the firm and they were so nice. I always visit my Korean friends after work and then we cook together and share dinner, drinking together, talk about anything. It was really nice. I felt that Korean people's mind is not that different to the Japanese one, and they are same Asian people, so for me, it was really easy to be friends with them. And actually, some Japanese people and Korean people in that group became couple. They also cared for others, including me, even though I'm Japanese. And surprisingly, some Korean people could speak fluent Japanese, and some Japanese people also could speak fluent Korean. I also know some Korean words like 진짜 맛있어요, 배고파, 살아있네, 가자, 여보세요, 여보세요. Anyway, I met around 50 to 60 Korean people in Australia and at least they were all nice. And a lot of Japanese people are enthusiastic and support them so much. So I think young Japanese people like Korean people and the culture. There is a Korean town in Tokyo and if you visit there, you will see how much young Japanese people like Korean people and the culture. Anyway, I think as a young person, we like South Korea. Just Japan as a country and South Korea as a country are fighting. I can see that in sports too. When it's a football or baseball match, the people who come to stadium scream so loud and looking each other as a rival. And media also shows South Korea and Japan in a really special way. The sports players represent each country, so they fight as they play sports. It's exciting, but sometimes it's too much. Especially when it's sports, the attitude of Koreans are too aggressive to Japan, I think. Honestly, I don't think it's good. They represent Korea, so if their attitude is bad, that makes Japanese people think that all Koreans are like that. This is just my guess though, but I think the people who go for sports in South Korea, they were told that Japan is the enemy. Japan did this and this and this, so Japan is the enemy, so let's beat Japan like this. But I believe sports players are still nice. They were told like that way by the country. If you read the history about Japan and Korea, you will find out the reason why we are still fighting like this. For me, I like Korean people and I believe a lot of young Japanese people like Korean too. So I hope we will like each other not only between people but also between countries too. I want to know your opinion too about Japan and South Korea. Any opinion is fine. Feel free to share. お願いします。じゃあ、バイバイ。